You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
When you're a king and it's your birthday, this is how you get treated. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. And whoo, I had a heck of a vacation weekend. I hope y'all had fun with y'all families. You know, unwrapping the gifts if you got kids, seeing the smile on your kids' faces, or just enjoying time with the family. This weekend was nuts for me though, because originally I was supposed to go visit some family in Buffalo. As those of you know, I'm originally from New York, right? So I'm spread all throughout New York. Got family in New York City, all throughout the state, right? But I was supposed to go to Buffalo specifically over the weekend, right? Now, over this holiday weekend, my birthday was also during this holiday weekend. So I was supposed to go and spend that with some family, transition into Christmas, and then be back in the DMV by today, which is Monday. Now, for those of you who don't know, Buffalo got hit with a massive snowstorm. We talking about like 3 feet of snow, negative 10-degree wind chills, and like 10 to 20 mile per hour wind. So needless to say, I was not able to go to Buffalo, which ruined all my plans that I originally had for my birthday. So most of my friends, you know, they out with their family, they doing whatever, right? One of my homegirls, she's like, all right, well, if you're going to be in town, I'll treat you to something. We'll go and do this. And then you guys already seen the highlights before we got to this video. And after it was over, it made me really think, right? Because I bounced to several different houses for Christmas Day since I couldn't get back to my family. I went to several different friends' houses and associates and things like that. But it made me think to this day. I said, you know, I hear so many men say, well, Christmas, you know, I didn't get anything. Or it's my birthday, but I ain't really get anything. Or, you know, it's Father's Day, but I ain't really get anything. It's Valentine's Day, and I ain't really get anything. Usually referring to their female counterparts, which is interesting to me because the narrative from a lot of men, especially online, is that women don't give, they take, they aren't going to buy you anything, they aren't going to do anything for you. But in my experience and in the experience of several other males, I've noticed women are actually the best gift givers if they like you, if they respect you, if they respect your masculinity. And the reason women are the best gift givers is because women actually put thought into what it is that they're giving you as a gift. Now, again, I just showed y'all the weekend, right? I showed y'all the hotel room, right? I showed y'all the baked cake, okay, the decorations I was putting up, the show that we could watch out of the window, the dinner that we went on, okay? I left out the ice skating, the snow tubing, and many of the other things we did, the bumper cars. But you know what was the dopest gift that I actually got? This was actually the dopest gift that I got. And it's a simple hoodie. And simply on the hoodie, it just says director. Now, some of y'all might be like, well, why is that such a dope gift? Well, besides the fact, for those of you who are subscribed to the channel already know, I am a movie director. I'm also working on a project right now, a sitcom that I'm planning on having out by the spring. And then this is what I mean by women being the best gift givers, because it's not all just about pampering you and taking you to places you like, but it's also about, again, paying attention to what the hell it is that you're saying or what you're trying to accomplish or what you're trying to do and getting you something that coincides with that. And when I hear men talk about how women don't do this and they don't do that and I don't get this and I don't expect that and they aren't going to do this, I realize the issue isn't with the women, it's with the men. And the biggest issue that I noticed from the men who have that thought process is that y'all always date down. See, what a lot of men get told, I see men told this all the time. I see them told in real life and I see them told online. Everyone says, don't date a woman who's from a high value family, or don't date a woman who's an elite woman who makes a lot of money, or any of that type of stuff, because she's not going to listen, she's going to be masculine, she's going to run roughshod over you, and she's not going to be submissive, right? So what most men think, what you think is, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to get me some broke chick, right? I'm going to get me a trailer park Tracy. I'm going to get me a ratchet Rihanna, okay? I'm going to get me a refried bean Rachel from the Latina community, okay? Or I'm going to get me a leftover lo mein Lucy Liu, right? And you think because this woman doesn't have any money, no one in her immediate family has money, you make twice as much as she does, you can provide her a lifestyle she can't afford, she's going to listen, be a quiet little good girl and be submissive. And that is a mistake. First of all, if you've ever gone outside with the way some of y'all talk online, I'm convinced some of y'all haven't, but some of the most rambunctious, loud, ridiculous, obnoxious, troublemaking women usually come from poor backgrounds. They don't usually come from high earning backgrounds, or they aren't in high earning position. And it doesn't matter. If you've ever dated a ratchet ghetto chick in your life, you know for a fact it does not matter if you make six figures. It does not matter if you're a millionaire. She's going to talk her talk and she's going to cause chaos because that's what she does. If you go to the trailer park, it's the same thing. She's going to talk her talk and she's going to cause chaos because that's what she does. You guys have to get off of this mindset of trying to judge women by their incomes and tax brackets. You need to start looking at how these women are raised and what their thought process about relationships are to then determine the character of the women. Again, I get asked this question all the time. You've been taking the basketball games. You've been taking the concerts. You just seen what happened for my birthday weekend. How do you get all this stuff, right? And I get all this stuff as a result of U.S. Opens and stuff, because I pay attention to the character of a woman. Okay, I do a deep background dive, just like they do deep background dives. I want to know, is your family from the suburbs? Is your family from the ghetto? All right, are your parents married or not? Do you know who your father is? Do you have a good relationship with him? Okay, because all these little things matter. Because you guys got to realize, right? First of all, a woman who has a low income, right? She's not really doing anything to change that, or she comes from a low income family, most likely she has low self-esteem. If she has low self-esteem, she probably doesn't love herself. And this is the gym. If she doesn't love herself, how can she love you? If she has low self-esteem about herself, how can she have a high self-esteem about you? Why would she have low self-esteem about herself and then respect you for even talking to her? See, if you want to get treated like a king, you got to deal with a queen, because a queen has high self-esteem. See, I'm rhyming, but I'm not meaning to rhyme, but this is Jim. A queen has high self-esteem. So because a queen has high self-esteem, right, and she was raised with high standards and whole families, right, where she might have seen her parents married, or even if her parents aren't together, she has her father in her life, so she understands the importance of masculinity, okay? And if her parents are still married, then not only does she understand the importance of masculinity, but she also understands how relationships work. She's seen what her mom had to do to keep her husband around. She's seen what her dad had to do to keep her mom around. She understands it's not always going to be pretty, right? But she also understands the benefits of making it work. This is, again, not my opinion, it's a fact. Kids who come out of married households, or kids who at least have a working relationship with both their parents and know who they are way more successful and way more mentally stable than people who don't. So naturally, this woman is more likely, like I said, to have high self-esteem and be in a high place because she comes from a high background and a high family. So she's going to treat you high because in her head, since I love myself, I treat myself well. If I'm dealing with this man, he has to love himself and treat himself well. I have to have a high value for him because I have a high value for me. So I'm going to treat him like he's worth something. I'm going to cater to him. But if you deal with a woman from low income, okay, from a low family, who's a low earner, a low achiever, everything is low, she's going to view you as low too. Because again, in her head, why are you even talking to me if you're not low? And this is why you guys a lot of time run into the men want to get money so they can control you. See, a woman from a high earning family, right? An elite family, or a woman who's put herself into elite category doesn't look at a man having money as trying to control her. She looks at a man having money as he's providing. He's trying to take a load off her. Maybe she could step back. Maybe she doesn't have to work as hard. Maybe she could quit while she has some kids and he can hold everything down. She's not going to look at that as a controlling thing. She just looks at that as masculinity. A low-income woman already has low self-esteem, so she already goes to the negative. Instead of looking at it as you're going to be providing for me with these funds, she's going to look at it as you're trying to control me with these funds, which is going to actually make her more rambunctious, less likely to do things for you. A lot of you guys say, well, I want my woman to treat me nice, I want her to give me things. How can she do that if her family doesn't have any money and she doesn't have any money? If her family didn't prescribe any goals for her and she doesn't have any goals for herself? How can she can't treat you to anything, she can't get you nothing. Right? And this, again, it's not always about how expensive something is, but it's also the thought process that goes into it and paying attention. If a woman doesn't care about herself because she has low self-esteem, why would you expect her to pay enough attention to you, to care about you, to get you something really nice or meaningful or impactful? She is not going to do it. See, again, not the only reason, but the main reason why you guys struggle. The main reason why you guys think these type of things don't exist and this type of stuff doesn't happen in the modern era is because your psyche of what you're looking for is all messed up. Y'all either try to pick off low-earning women, right, and control them with your funds, or you go straight to the 9s and the 10s who are already monetized, who are all about the dollar and don't give a damn about getting to know you or doing anything nice personally for you. They like, look, I'm the prize. That's why they call me the trophy wife, which is another gym. So therefore, you're supposed to put me on your arm. You do everything for me. I don't do nothing for you. And you guys carve out and completely miss, all right, all these 8s, 7s, 6s. Now, that's not to say there ain't some 9s and 10s who still have these features. But I'm just saying, if she's a 9 and 10, right, but she's got money, y'all carve her out. Y'all carve out all these blocks of women, and these blocks of women that y'all carving out are the ones who will do the things that y'all complaining aren't getting done. Because you're chasing IG model type monetized women instead of regular 9s and 10s or pretty women. You're carving out all the women from high earning families, all the women who are high earners themselves. Alright? And you're chasing, if you don't go for IG model types, a lot of you guys plug yourself right into low income, low earning, low value women, which goes back to the Trailer Park Tracy's, the Ratchet Rihanna's, the refried beans Rachel's, and the leftover low main Louis. And none of those women are going to be good for you at the end of the day. A lot of this is a change of your perceptives. A lot of this is a change of your market. All right? And I only got about what? I'd say probably 2, maybe 3 more months of being single to even go about and show you guys this stuff. Because once I'm locked in, I already know what the excuse is going to be. Oh, well, you're locked in. That's just your girl. But right now you're seeing you can get this from any type of girl, but you have to change your mindset of who you're dealing with. And a lot of this has to do with low self-esteem for men. Because I tell men all the time, I know a lot of guys hate when women say, well, God's intimidated by my wallet, or he's intimidated by my success, or he's intimidated by the family that I come from. But when I hear some of the advice that's given online about avoiding women from high earning families or avoiding women who become elite on their own status, it kind of raises the question of, well, why would you do that? Because again, as I mentioned before, a woman's femininity and her ability to be submissive to you, or her ability to be nurturing or caring towards you, or her ability to actually gift you with something has more to do with how she's raised, and her values has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not she has money. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. So a lot of you guys, like I said, your priorities and your perceptives and what you're even going for and what you're taught sometimes to go for is why you're not getting the results you want. You're not going to get catered to by IG model. It ain't happening. They're there to look pretty, get smashed, smack some money on their forehead, send them on the way. All right? You're not going to get catered to by a low value, low self-esteem woman either. All right? You need to find you a woman who, again, comes from a high earning family or has put herself into a high earning situation herself. This is so many levels to why this is important. I've done a video really breaking that down before. I'll probably do another one on it soon. But there's so many levels to why that's important that a lot of you guys look past. And as long as you continue to look past it, and you continue to keep hitting those 2 dating markets, you're going to continue to keep getting crappy results. I need to start talking to elite women if you want elite treatment. Again, only a queen can really treat a king properly. You can't expect a peasant to do it. A peasant doesn't know how to do it. A peasant isn't supposed to be in the presence of you, if we're being honest. But if you keep putting peasants in the queen's seat, you're going to keep getting messed up results. And it's only so many times you can play Russian roulette with the D before you end up getting somebody pregnant or you get the Nestle Crunch Bar, which not the case is the case that you want. But I really wanted to break that down for you guys, all right? There's no such thing as I'm going to give you my ass or I'm not going to give you anything or women don't give. That's cap. It's not true. They're actually the best gift givers. But you guys have to start dealing with certain levels of women. You have to start dealing with women who actually like you. Stop chasing. Chasing is a waste of time. All right? But that's my thoughts on this. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.